Welcome back, Ecammers. We're diving into some advanced strategies dealing with what's the difference between a virtual camera and a virtual microphone. These are terminologies that you may hear used in some of the streaming communities, and it is definitely something that you want to know, and it's not as difficult as it may sound, even if you're just getting started. So let's talk about virtual microphones. A virtual microphone is essentially creating a digital version of an audio source so that one program can talk to another program, and that same kind of pattern will allow one program to hear the other program without having any kind of dual audio channels going at the same time, or what you may commonly hear as some kind of an echo or repeating pattern or something like that. Not every time that you're hearing yourself twice or something like that is that going to be the result of the audio being an echo. Sometimes it is two audio sources simultaneously going alongside each other. When you have a virtual microphone source, this is something that you will usually see or experience or create when you are trying to get one program to hear and listen from another program, so that if you have, let's say, a live stream in Ecamm and you're wanting to share this to Zoom, this way that your participants in Zoom, let's say you have a class there, they'll be able to hear the guest speaker that you may have used your Ecamm interview feature to invite them in. They can hear what's being said. And if you bring on, let's say, one of your students to ask questions through the Zoom room, that way your speaker will be able to hear them and vice versa. And if you are live streaming that, in addition, let's say to YouTube or Facebook or the like, then your people that are in the audience can hear all of the above. This may sound a little confusing, but once you set it up, it's one of those things you can kind of set it and forget it. But a virtual microphone essentially allows one program to talk to another program. What is a virtual camera? A virtual camera will allow one program to see all of the innards, if you will, to the other program and send those data and information there. Meaning if you have your stream and everything that you're doing, your lower thirds and all of those icons set up in Ecamm Live, let's say you're not streaming, but you're doing recorded content. How is it that you can get all of your lower thirds, you can get your presentation and everything that you've created to be seen into a program like Zoom? This is where using a feature like Ecamm's virtual camera will allow you to select your Ecamm window or your Ecamm system and service, if you will, as a camera source. So a program like Zoom can actually see everything that you're doing. This is fantastic if you're doing talks or interviews or presentations. Oftentimes you'll find that with different tools, there's myriad of ways for you to share your screen, bring in your presentation and information and audio and the like. However, it becomes one key problem when you're wanting to switch screens or now go to where you're going to the internet and sharing something there. And now you have to figure out all of these new tools and all these new platforms. And if you speak regularly, and if you're doing interviews regularly, trying to keep up with all the updates of these programs really sucks. So Ecamm's virtual camera allows you to not have to do any of that. All they literally need to do is make you the primary speaker on that digital platform. And then you can just still control everything through Ecamm. And because you're sharing the virtual camera feature from Ecamm to this other source, all of your information will be seen. This also is fantastic when you are not just wanting to share presentations and things like that, but let's say you have a Canon camera or similar type of mirrorless camera that doesn't have clean HDMI out, and you're using Ecamm's virtual camera feature to allow you to essentially have unlimited recording. Well, now what if you want to share just that camera feed over to a program like Zoom or Google Meet or the like? This is also where you'll utilize the Ecamm interview feature. So now you know the difference between a virtual microphone and a virtual camera. Let's dive into how to actually enable these on Ecamm so that you can start using this with your systems and tools.